Alright, today we're going to be talking about the District 1 Cosmonaut Layer Cake. So, I received this RDA from Addo Vapes from the Resistance crew. He sent it over to me, put a decent ass build in there. I'm going to show pictures in this video of that build. It was fucking awesome. Pitchfork parabolic. Really sweet. I'm going to be doing something new with my RDA videos. I'm going to be throwing a couple different kinds of builds in there, different types, the most common builds you would put in there. Series coils, little coils, big coils, tall coils, short coils, all different kinds of coils. I'm going to try to do that with every RDA so you know what kind of builds would go into these RDAs, what would fit, just to give you a basic idea. Obviously, you usually build coils to the RDA, you know, whatever RDA you have, you look at it and you say, you know what I might want to put in there, or you build a coil and you say this would fit into the Cosmonaut, for instance. So, let's go down. I'm going to show you what you get with this thing. There's also a drip tip I'm going to show you, the District 5 drip, and then we'll come back up. I'll tell you how I feel about it, play the aliens game, and get out of here. Hope you enjoy. Alright, the Cosmonaut Layer Cake from District 1 and the District 1 drip tip. We're going to put this aside and look at it in a little bit. So, nice box. It comes in, has warning on the back. The layer cake. It's the sequel to the Cosmonaut. Alright. And now inside here it tells you how you have to keep your leads separate, because if you keep them close to the pin you could cause a short. Keep negative leads to the outside of the bottom insulator to avoid shorting with the positive pin. Okay. Now, here's the actual RDA. It's a fairly short RDA. Nice engravings on the bottom. It says the layer cake there, Cosmonaut there, District 5 down there. It has this kind of metal ring in the middle, and it has these long rectangle airflow slots. Now, it does do single or dual coil. Right now it's in single mode. If you twist it around and open up the other one, you will get the dual coil. It says District 5 on that ring. Now everything but that ring is some kind of heat resistant plastic. It does come with a squonk pin, which I'll show you in a minute. This is an O-ring at the bottom here. I guess that's for squonking. I actually never noticed that till now. Now their drip tips are extremely short, and they're actually two pieces, which we'll get into that too. Alright, so right now I'm going to take this apart and show you the inside, and then we'll get down to the drip tip. It's a little wet because I just washed it. Alright, so let me get my Addy stand here. Let's pop this thing open and look at the deck. Actually, first let's look on the inside of this thing. So it is concave in there. This whole drip tip top, this whole top cap is like 4 or 5 pieces. One, come on. This piece comes off too. This drip tip's 2 pieces. They untwist so you could switch them around. And then this ring comes off as well. So yes, it's 5 pieces altogether. But when you take it all apart, that's not counting the O-rings. Alright, so I'm going to push them aside. Let's look at the deck. So the deck's beautiful. It's got the layer cake written on the inside. It's got the 5 and kind of the layer cake emblem here. Sorry about the focus. It's the first time I'm using this camera for close-up, so I'm going to try to do my best. Alright, so it's a 1 screw post system. So it's a single post basically. It's got an insulator between the positive and negative. Now the negative would actually be the bottoms and the positive would be the top. So you don't want this and that touching at any point. That would be a big no-no if this piece touched right there. So that's something you really want to keep an eye on. And same thing with how I showed you what they wrote on the box, how you don't want your coil to be too small and touch on the insides here. You don't want it to hit that pin and hit there at the same time. That would be a big no-no. Alright, so let me show you how much this thing opens, because it opens up pretty big. You could fit some pretty big coils in here. So, what the hell? You fucker. Made you look, huh? Well, look at that. Now, obviously, I knew that was there, but that is extremely funny. I can't even explain how funny that is, that they have that there, and it says made you look on this side. That is fucking hilarious. That is a nice touch. Alright, but anyway, this thing opens up quite a bit. You could spin these around. You're probably not going to on most occasions, but you can if you wanted to. There's no spring or anything. It's just going to open up to what you open it up to when you stick your coils in there. Alright, 2 O-rings. This is a 24mm deck. It's a very short atomizer. In addition, any kind of goon style cap, Trinity glass or Golem top cap is going to fit this RDA. But it does sneak down in there, so put the cap on when it's on your mod, because it does sneak up in there. There's nothing stopping it from doing that when you put on one of these bigger caps. So make sure it's twisted down to your mod and then put the cap on. And you could use different caps, the Goon, the Golem, the KTX, Trinity Glass, Goon caps, whatever you want to use, you can use. So the deck is absolutely gorgeous. Very short atomizer. Now, the other stuff that you get with this and the drip tip. So, inside you get your squonk pin, your extra screw, your extra O-rings, and then you get these here. You get some extra, like, beauty rings. This ring I took off here from that metal ring I was talking about earlier. I took it off from there. Well, it also has a gold and gunmetal. Alright, here's the gunmetal one. I guess it's just stainless. I shouldn't say gunmetal, just stainless. And then they have a gold one. I'm going to put the gold one on right now because of the drip tip that I'm about to show you has gold in it. So let's put this gold on there. Plus I got a lot of brass and gold art mods that this would go with. So we're going to get this, push it down. It's a little stubborn to get on there the first time, but the good thing is you don't have to put it on ever again after that. Alright, so it's going to slide up and down until you get this other piece on of the top cap, and then it will be good. District 5, of course I put it on upside down. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, the drip tips. Now, their drip tips are gorgeous. They're all shorties, but they are beautiful drip tips. So, it's kind of like a stab wood or something. And I love this drip tip. What I was doing with it is I was taking this guy off and putting the black on the underneath. You can mix and match both of these. So I have a black one here. I could take the bottom off, put it on the top, take the top off, put it on the bottom, all that. I could just mix and match. There's a whole bunch of different kinds. But now that I have this gold on here, I'm going to keep it on there. Put it on this guy, and
Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow. I love this drip tip. Absolutely love it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of builds that I used in this thing. Or, not that I only used, that a couple of builds that you could throw into here. I will install coils after I show you a couple of builds and how they go in here, what fits in here and what might not fit in here. So far, it looks like almost everything will fit in here. This deck is very build friendly, very much so. I love single coil decks, and this deck is no exception. Alright, so your basic bitch build, your 7 wrap 24 gauge is probably going to be a no-go in here because of how small it is. So you see it's already hitting the insulator and the positive pin on the inside, and then they have this block at the top, so you can't really move it over anymore. Alright, so that's probably going to be a no-go. But if you were to space this coil, if you were to put it onto your 3mm bit, if you were to put it onto the bit and space this coil, if you were to space this coil, it would be a go. You'd be able to do dual spaced. I suggest you should use 22 gauge or something like that. These little coils are going to be a little harder to install than, let's say, a fuse Clapton. So just keep that in mind. But you can't have too small of a coil go into here because it will be too close to that middle screw. So that's the one downfall of these center screw, one post, one screw, is small coils. It's going to be hard to get in there. Any kind of basic bitch. So you're going to have at least fuse Claptons or space your coils. Would be the simplest coils you could put into here. Alright, let's try something else. Alright, so a stitched Mohawk stovetops ago. Now the only thing with this is the top cap won't fit because it's such a tall build. Okay, but what would fit on there is something like the Goon or Golem cap would fit on there. Okay? But the District 5 cap is a short cap. So that's not going to fit on there and be safe. That's where it starts hitting. So stovetops will be good for pictures and stuff, but not necessarily if you want to put the District 5 top cap on there and vape it. Alright, I wanted to make sure I got this basic build installed in there so you could see it. That's a 7 wrap 24 gauge and it's spaced. Dual coil. Here's a set of 10 wrap series aliens around a 3.5 millimeter bit. These are 28, 3 pieces of 28 in 36. 10 wrap, 3.5. Top cap fits just fine. Here's a fatty 4 wrap staggered build. This is 18 plies of 0.3 ribbon in 40 gauge staggered. Much like a pitchfork, a very wide 4 wrap. Something that a lot of builders would build, or the same size as what builders would build, and top cap fits. Now this one isn't installed yet, but the reason I'm going to install this is because of the height. Not the height of the cage build, but the actual height of the leads. This is 2 pieces of 24 gauge in each fuse Clapton, and they are stacked together. So I just wanted to show you, if you wanted to put something in there that was really tall, any kind of lead that was really tall, that it could get into there. Now, this would be something like an Enigma or a Mohawk coil, anything like that. But if you did it single coil, you're going to run into this issue, where the posts are kind of teeter-tottering, and it's harder for it to grab like that. But dual coil would actually be better. It's going to level these out. So I'm going to put a dual in there and show you. But that's how tall them leads are. You see, there is fuse Clapton stacked. They're 24 and 38. They're stacked, and then there's a piece of 25 even underneath that. So you see, them posts could open up pretty big. Alright, now obviously this isn't going to be something we're going to be vaping or anything, but if you're a builder, this is pretty cool to see how much these posts could open up. You see all that space under there? These things could open up pretty big. You could shove a lot of stuff in there. So, just to show you what it could handle, something like that dual coil is crazy. But really, if we were to put the ohms on this thing, we'd probably get around a 0.01 or something, because this is ridiculous. But just to show you that you could throw some crap at this, it opens up high, you could put wide coils in there. Basically, the only thing this thing isn't fitting is them little guys that ain't spaced. Alright, let's put a regular build in here and vape it. Alright, so I have these regular 5-wrap 28-36 gauge aliens, 3 cores 28-36 gauge, and I'm going to put these in. Now, I bent my leads earlier because I thought I was going to put these into another RDA, but that's not really necessary for the layer cake because of how the post is set up. So you don't really need to do that with this guy. But if it's bent, it's really no big deal. So it's much like the Goon. The clamp's going to be down, but you see that little angle down there? Once you push the coil in, it's just going to open up for you. Alright. So now what I like to do is kind of get it pushed close to the post and cut this one. So I'm going to cut the lead here. I don't have to cut it super close because I'm pushing it to the post, and cut it there. I could take this guy out, and now I'm going to grab the other coil. I'm going to do the same thing, push it down below, get them up high, and that's how you want to do it. One has to go on the bottom, one has to go on the top, because the bottom's the negative, the top's the positive. Then I'm going to push it towards the center post. I'm going to cut these leads down. I don't have to be super close, but I could get as close as I want. Cut that down. Alright, now this one's in. That one could stay in for now. I'm going to hold him there. I'm going to grab the other coil. I'm going to put him up there and down there. Just like that. One's in the top and bottom of both sides. Top, bottom, top, bottom. Alright, now when I get that, I like to push this guy down, and that's going to hold my leads in there while I tighten. This is how I was installing all the coils. I'm pushing that guy down, and then twisting the screw. And then once I get it pretty tight, I could take my coiling rod and straighten them out. Alright, once I straighten them out, I'm probably going to have to tighten the screw again. And there you go. We'll pulse this up and wick it and vape it. Alright, I got this on the AUG Vape V200. I got it at 15 watts right now. These coils are rating at 0.14. These coils are 2836 Aliens 3-core N80. These are just coils I had around that were slightly blemished or too short. And I'm just pulsing at 15 watts right now, which I just do a couple pulses, do some raking. I don't really like to squeeze my coils right away. I'm going to put it up to now. Ooh, that one battery. Alright, looks like I'm getting pretty even glow at the 40 watts. Now I got some hot spots again. That's why I don't like to squeeze, because especially with Aliens, it tends to give you hot spots even though you didn't have them before. I'd rather just rake and move wraps apart from each other that look tight. They look tight when they have hot spots. Keep it at a low wattage so that I don't burn them too much. It's unnecessary to burn the hell. I'm using a ceramic rod here. And there you go. Alright, let's wick these up. I'm going to let them cool down for a minute. I'm going to be using some Cool Wick Presidential. I have a couple strips already cut, but this comes in like a big strand. I'm almost on that one. So I'm going to get a strip of this out that will go in a 3mm coil. You don't need too long a wicks with this since it's such a short deck. That's even a bit long. Alright, so I'm going to juice this up. This is what it's going to look like when I'm done. Look at that. Holy moly. 0.16 at the end of the day. Alright, Alright, today I'm going to be dripping some PS Passion from Adore E-Liquid. This is a limited edition juice over on Adore E-Liquid. Don't forget to use the code USEGUYS for 10% off all your Adore E-Liquid juice over on the site. YOUZGUYZ. Alright, I put that in one of the little bottles. And let's drip it. It's very much so steeped. So we're just going to juice this up. Now, Cool Wick, it has a little bit of a break in, but once it breaks in, it really starts to wick very well. So let's fire it up, get some heat through them. So it starts sucking up that juice. I still only have it at about 40 watts. These 28 gauge aliens are perfect for a regulated device. They're also really good for a mech mod. Alright, I'm going to put the cap on, go top side, and tell you what I think about the RDA.
Alright, so the flavor of this thing is fucking awesome. I don't get any leaking unless I'm over dripping. The cap is not made for construction workers doing construction. Awesome for sitting here at the desk building. It's fucking awesome. I love that you could change different caps. I like to put like my Trinity glass caps on top of there. I had the one Zion cap on top of there. Is that what it's called? This one. I had that cap on top of there for a little bit. It's a little dirty, so I don't want to show it too much. So the Goon caps fit on here. That's awesome. Now, these RDAs usually go for $55, but they're on sale right now for $40. And when you go over to district5.com, that's where they're on sale. When you go in there, if it's your first time, you get 10% off your first purchase. And $50 or more is free shipping. Now the drip tips, I have the gold base drip tip. They also have a black base one and a stainless steel base one. Everything besides the stainless steel base is sold out. They all go for $15. So you could get the silver base drip tips now for $15 and the RDA for $40 over at District 5. 10% off, then free shipping. It would come out to, I mean, it would come out to probably around $50 for the whole setup after shipping. I believe that's what they have. And it looks like they also have some blemish stuff over there. Yeah, they got some blemish stuff over there. Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff over there. So it's an awesome website. They sell really cool stuff. But, yeah, the flavor on this thing is awesome. It gets a little warm. It does get a little warm, but it has never been too hot to where I can't vape it. I've never had a problem with like, oh, I gotta put this down because it's too hot. Never had that problem. So, all in all, Aliens game. If I was an alien sent down to Grim Green's place to steal RDAs off of his table, would I grab this? I don't know, man. It's awesome for building. It's not really my type of vape. I like lots of air. I like to be able to dump juice in there. And I'm not like the short RDA guy. For sitting on my table, it's good. So would I grab it? I probably would grab it. If I was told I could only grab 10, I wouldn't grab it. I'd probably pick 10 other ones. If I was told I could only grab 20, I'd also probably have a hard time picking this one up. It's an awesome RDA, but there are so many awesome RDAs out there. It looks gorgeous in pictures, and it fits so many builds in there. So for a builder like me, maybe top 20, I might pick it up. It would be really hard. It's up there. I mean, I really like the dot mod, but this could fit more builds in it than the dot mod. But I like how the dot mod vapes better. I like that I can dump more juice in there. And I compare the dot mod 24 with this because they're both that single post. So it's hard. Those two are kind of like neck and neck. Like this has things that doesn't, but that has things that this doesn't. They both accept Trinity glass caps. That's awesome. It's just got really good flavor, and it looks so fucking good. Which also the dot mod has awesome flavor and looks so fucking good. So I've been vaping this for weeks now, and I mean, I've enjoyed it. I mean, I have no other problems. The cap is just a little wonky for construction. Like, I keep pulling it out of my pocket, and like, if it gets too juicy, I'll pick just the one piece off or something like that. Like, I keep doing stuff like that. But it's a really nice RDA, and I can't complain because I got it for free. So it's nice. Do I think it's worth the price? Absolutely. I think that if this is something that you're looking at and you say that's really nice, I think you would really enjoy it for the $50 or the $40 without the drip tip. You do get one of the cool drip tips with it, but just not this one. You get just the plain black. It comes with the extra O-rings. I bet you it's awesome for squonking. I haven't tried it for squonking. It's a good flavor banger though. If you like flavor RDAs and you like short RDAs, this is right for you. If you like building coils and taking pictures, this is right for you. If you're looking for something that's just vaping period, just vaping clouds especially period, then maybe not. I don't know. For me, it's awesome. It's an awesome RDA for me, but once again, it's not like my top 20 RDAs at all. So that's all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I did this whole video with the Canon camera, so I'm going to see how this edits together, see how long it takes me to do, and see how the quality comes out. I enjoyed the quality of my last video after it had time to download to 720p, so we're going to see how this one ends up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment. Hit up Adore Liquid for PS Passion. If you want cotton, you can get your cotton threads over there as well, or you can check out Cool Wick for their cotton that I used in the video. If you need coils, hit me up on Instagram. Peace. I'll see you in the next video.